band. Fireflies glowing like sparks in your hand. The hand makes you sing and feel the rhythm of the
We got a
breeze.
2017 Rockwood Freedom pop-up camper. It was a 1640 LTD. Now for a 2017, it should be in better condition to this, but we only paid $700, which is a steal. And you can see I started taking some of the thing off here. The wood is all rotted. Gonna have to take that off. I mean, overall, for $700 is in pretty good shape. Spare tire. So maybe turn this into a little bit of a series. It's perfect for this space because we have almost no room here in this driveway. But before we had a 15-foot cargo trailer that I was trying to convert. We got a little intimidated by dragging it. So hopefully we'll take you through some of the renovation of this. Man, I'm not looking forward to that. No. Look at that. That's when I first took it off, there was a bunch of ants in there. So what I think I'm gonna do, this looks like, I thought this was fiberglass, but it kind of actually looks like aluminum with a little bit of fiberglass on top of it. This is interesting. So I think what I'm gonna do is once I replace the wood, I'm gonna put fiberglass all here to make it like a permanent seal. I don't know if anybody thinks that's a bad idea in the comments, let me know. And hopefully we'll get back to you and you can see how this goes. Here's an update, so here's where I am. Sorry I had to skip through this part. Got the new piece on. All of these screws here are temporary hold place. You don't see it. And this is what the old piece looked like. It was actually aluminum. So I'll just use this as a template. I really didn't feel like scraping all this garbage off of there. And of course the piece on the inside just was garbage. There was no saving that. So if you look on the inside, we've got this all painted up, sealed up. We sealed up the bottom of the plywood there. Now, I actually had to use two pieces because this is about 9 feet. And of course, plywood comes in 4x8. Wasn't as hard as it looked. Excuse me, replace some of the wood under here, the rotted. Replace another piece over there, waiting for it to. Now we just gotta take the rest of this dirty canvas off. Replaced all this rotted wood in here. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry about that little glitch in the matrix. So you see this needs a lot of work in here too. But that's what the new piece looks like over there. Yeah. Still pretty solid. Some of that patched up there. I'm gonna change those lights. Just use the existing wire that's in there. Hopefully we can get this ceiling back to white. Whoever had this thing just put random holes in places for no reason. It's kind of annoying. This is what the dirty roof looks like. Now this seam here, there's a piece of molding that goes here. But I don't feel like playing around with leaks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape this as clean as I can get it. And then I'm gonna fiberglass the sheet of fiberglass right over here. We're just gonna make it a permanent seal because I'm not playing around with worrying about leaks. So if anybody for any reason thinks that's a bad idea or has a better idea, let me know in the comments. Alright, so I'm gonna cut the video for a second as I clean this up. So I'm back at it again. And I know I said I wasn't gonna fully do that side, but it was easier to just take it off and replace it than to cut little pieces out and, bootleg it. So cut it out. Here it is. So what I had to do was, it was 4x8 plywood, but obviously 8 feet is too short. So we got to put 2 pieces together to get the size that we need. So I'm gonna cut this down, then I gotta run to Home Depot and get another piece of this fiberglass / vinyl piece, because one sheet of 4x8 only gets me one side. Don't you love the whole, everything's just slightly bigger than 8 feet. And once we come back, I should have that cut and ready to put on. Pro tip: make sure you always label what's the front inside and back inside, so that you don't put the piece on the wrong way. Alright, we got that all cut out, put together. A nice little Simpson tie thingy, whatever it's called on there. Now it's time to run to Home Depot. Actually, I got one of those things on this side on the top, the other side on the bottom. Should go perfect, just like this one. And now I gotta go run to Home Depot. Be right back. Okay, we are at the Home Depot. We're gonna get what we need. Run in here and get some wood. No, we're just gonna get the vinyl sheet. And then be right back. Alright, I got my fiberglass. You see this? It sucks. 4x8. And I gotta cut it like this. So I'm gonna tag this up in a marker, cut it out, glue it up, and wait until mañana, because tomorrow I should be getting some buttle tape. Butterly, whatever you call it, buttle tape. Seal that up. And then I gotta clean the stupid rails. And then we should be done with the roof. But we'll get back to you. Alright, so I got the board, it's all dried up and glued. You see the fiberglass on this side. A little pro tip, because I hate when you want a finished look and you got ugly plywood. So what I did was I put this stuff on it. And I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube do this, but I've seen, I do this with almost all my woods. I put this ready patch stuff on. Just put it on like you put spackle on a wall, and it smooths it perfect. Almost like I'm making my own composite plastic board, because this stuff is not plaster. It's almost like spatula, but it's more of a plasticky type compound. This is for vinyl. It forms, it says outer performs vinyl spackling compound. So, and then look at the finish you get. You're painting smooth as baby's book. So once we get this all painted up, I figured I'd show you guys before I finish painting this board. I'm gonna put this up in there, apply some more of that ready patch stuff from the inside here and the inside on that side. This side's got to be sanded, and then repaint it, and then we'll take it from there. So it's nighttime. Been out here since dark. This piece is just about done. I got the butyl tape up in there. See, stainless steel screws. The track is still good. I gotta put the bottom track on. Sorry I'm not doing step by step, but if anybody wants to know how I did something or in detail, put a note in the comments. But that's one down, minus the bottom rail. Come back in the morning, get the other side, get all the tracks up, and then it'll be on to the inside. Alright, so I finished my roof rot repairs. It's looking good. Got it somewhat closed. Look, all the rails are painted. The only problem is, it seemed to be off just a little bit. It's almost like it shifted just a little bit to the left. So, but at least I fixed the rot. We'll come back and the next video, I guess, will be on figuring out how we're going to straighten this back up. Because that could be a problem. I can't tell if it looks like the front is dropped or if the top is off. Well, maybe the leg isn't balanced. I don't know. Well, we'll figure this out later. Anybody has an idea of how or why it's tilted like that? Drop me a comment, please. I could use all the help I can get. Alright. This is Pop Up Like It's Hot. And I'm out to the next video.
Pop up like it's hot on the sky so full. Pop up like it's hot, yeah, we're breaking the mold.